Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's Connections Through Culture 2026 External Information Session. My name is Juliana Peppo. I am a middle-aged white woman with shoulder-length brown hair, brown eyes, and I'm wearing glasses. I'm also wearing a black top. I am the head of grant making for arts at the British Council, and I'll be chairing today's session. I'm joined by my colleagues from the British Council grants team, including Saman and Anna, which you hear from later on, as well as regional and country colleagues who might support us during the Q&A part of this session. Thank you very much for joining us today. We know many of you are considering applying to Connections Through Culture. So today's session is designed to give you a clear overview of the program, the eligibility requirements, the application process, the assessment criteria, and the practical thing you should prepare before submitting an application. Connections Through Culture, or CTC, is the British Council's flagship international arts grants program. It supports cultural partnerships and collaboration between the UK and participating countries. This year, the program has expanded further, so that is especially important that applicants understand the requirements before applying. I will start by covering what you should take away from the session and a few housekeeping points. And then Saman and Anna will take over from me to guide you through the main presentation. After that, I will chair the Q&A section and bring in colleagues where relevant to answer any questions. What you should take away today then? By the end of this session, we hope you will have a clear understanding of what Connections Through Culture is, what the program supports, and whether you and your partner might be eligible to apply. We will talk through the participant countries, eligible art forms, and types of project activity. We will also explain the partnership requirements, including the need for at least one UK-based partner and one partner based in an eligible participating country. We will cover what assessors will be looking for in a strong application, the key dates and timeline, and how to complete and submit your application through good grants, and what supporting documents are required. We will also touch on accessibility provisions, including how applicants can request support to complete the application process and how access-related costs can be included in the application where relevant. Please note that this session is intended to support the written guidance, not replace it. So we strongly encourage all applicants to read the applicant guidance toolkit, the FAQs document, and the application questions preview, which is available in our website before submitting an application. These documents contain the detailed information you need. There will be an opportunity to ask questions at the end of the session, but you're welcome to submit questions through the Q&A function. Is a function available on your on Teams. So please use a Q&A panel rather than the chat for questions, and as this will help us track and respond them more effectively. If you're joining Teams via app on your phone, this function might not be available for you. So we recommend that you join on your laptop or if you're using a mobile, please use the website instead of the app itself. Moving for the next slide, which is housekeeping. Before we begin, I'll quickly run through a few housekeeping points. So today's sessions will last approximately 60 to 90 minutes, depending on the number of questions we receive. We will begin with the presentation and then move into the Q&A at the end. This webinar is being recorded and will be shared after the event. If you do not wish to be included in the recording, please keep your camera off. Cameras will be turned off for all attendees attendees by default, and microphones will be muted unless we invite someone to speak during the Q&A part. Live captions are available through the Teams toolbar. If you experience any technical issues or require any additional support during the session, please let us know in the Q&A function. Please note that some functions might work differently if you're joining, as I mentioned, through a browser rather than the Teams app. During the presentation, please submit your questions at any time. As mentioned during the Q&A panel, we will answer as many questions as we can at the end of the session. Some questions might be answered in writing during the presentation by us colleagues from the grants team. During the Q&A, we might invite you participants or colleagues to unmute if they are best placed to respond to a specific question. So turning your camera on is entirely optional. If we are unable, to answer all questions during the session, we might follow up on unanswered questions afterwards where appropriate. And I will now hand over to Saman, who will take us through the first part of the presentation, starting with an overview of the CTC, eligible countries, who can apply, eligible art forms and projects activities, assessment criteria, and the program timeline. So Saman, over to you.
Thank you, thanks. So I'm Saman Khalid. I'm an Asian lady with glasses and curly hair. I'm a grants manager and I'm based in Cardiff. So, as mentioned, Connections Through Culture, or CTC, is the British Council's flagship global arts programme. The programme supports cultural partnerships between the UK and participating countries by bringing artists, cultural professionals and organisations to collaborate on projects. It was first established in China in 2006 and has since expanded across South and East Asia, as well as wider Europe. And this year, we're pleased to say that we've expanded into the Middle East, North and Sub-Saharan Africa, and the Americas. To give you an idea of the amount of funding and number of projects, in 2025, we awarded 1.2 million to support 127 projects across 17 countries. And this year, we anticipate to award approximately 1.4 million, supporting around 151 projects across 35 countries. Next slide, please. So you can see the list of eligible countries on the screen, along with the maximum amount of grant you can apply for. So, for example, we have Argentina, Bangladesh, Colombia, Pakistan, Peru, and Saudi Arabia, are capped at 15,000. With most countries, £15,000 that is, so with most countries being capped at £10,000. But as you can see, there are some countries with lower than 10,000 as a maximum grant amount. So just to be sure to check the amount that you can apply for, and these are also listed on the website and toolkit. And the maximum amount is per project and partnership, not per partner. So that's just important to remember. Next slide, please. So the eligible applicants can include artists, cultural organisations, festivals and biennales, as well as collectives, to name a few. Applications must involve at least one UK-based partner and one partner from an eligible participating country. Both individuals and organisations can apply. Partners must be legally based in the countries that they're applying from and must be legally based throughout the application and project period. You must have the relevant legal and tax requirements in the country of residence as well. And finally, funding bodies are not eligible. And what we mean by that is organisations whose main function is to provide grants to individuals or organisations. For the UK, we accept applications from all 4 UK nations, of course, but just to know, applications from outside of London are also welcome and encouraged to apply. Just a note on the lead partner. You're only allowed one lead partner, and this is the partner who will be named on the British Council contract. and they'll be responsible for paying their partners and any project reporting. So both partners should be comfortable whoever they choose to lead the project, and it should be a mutual decision. It can be the UK or the international partner. We recommend that the lead partner is based in the country where the largest share of the project activity will take place. Next slide, please. So these are the art forms that we are accepting. So we have architecture, design, fashion, and craft. We have creative technology, film, literature, music, theatre, and dance, and visual arts. We are accepting projects that have multiple art forms, but for the sake of the application, just input one main art form, and this is so we can select the appropriate assessor for your application. Next slide, please. So the project must generally be a collaboration and can't be done in isolation. So funding can cover projects that involve co-creation of work, workshops and residencies and research and development. It can also include exhibitions and presentations at festivals or biennials. Projects that are strong in the showcasing element may have more of a curatorial collaboration. So this is not an exhaustive list. We're first and foremost interested in collaboration between partners. And just to note that we won't support projects whose primary focus is commercial. And also projects can address any subject or theme. We want to support a range of projects and organizations and individuals that reflect a breadth of geographical locations, art forms and themes across the 4 UK nations and participating countries. And we will consider this when assessing your application against others. Just to say as well, projects can be delivered in person, digitally, or through a hybrid approach. And projects can be at any stage of research, development, or delivery. Next slide, please. So there are 5 areas that we will use to assess your application and decide if we want to recommend it for funding or not. So your application will be assessed by colleagues from across the British Council. This includes sector experts and colleagues from participating countries and also independent external assessors. So I'm just going to talk you through the assessment criteria. Your application will be assessed. Oh, sorry, I've said that. So criteria 1, quality and artistic merit. We want to be confident that you and your partners have a track record in delivering quality work, and have plans in place to make sure that there are high standards across the project. Criteria 2, so there's an emphasis on mutuality and equally benefiting projects, and this includes equitable use of budget. So we want mutual benefit to partners. An example of something that's not being of mutual benefit would be having one of the partners as a guest speaker to the activities, or one of the partners just taking part in some of the activities and not across the entire project. For feasibility and project management, we want to see if the project is realistic in scale in relation to the budget, as well as whether you've identified any risks and how you will mitigate these risks with any contingency plans. Criterion 4, engagement and impact. We want to know how you've considered your audience or your peers and whether you've thought about the impact of the project in relation to the context in which it's being delivered. Criterion 5, diversity, inclusion, and the environment sustainability. We're keen to support projects that are in line with our EDI values and ways of working, and this largely means working respectfully across different cultures, and projects that create opportunities and reduce barriers for everyone, particularly underrepresented groups. In terms of the environment, there's more in the toolkit, but we want to support projects that are environmentally aware and cautious. And so this is thinking about things like minimizing waste and recycling materials, considering sustainable production, including in any fabrication or installation methods, or also using efficient transport and shipping. But as I said, there's more information on this in the guidance and toolkit. Slide, please. So I'll talk you through the timeline. So we opened applications on the 17th of June, and applications will close on the 12th of August. We will then have an assessment period, and that's eligibility and the full assessment in August and September. We aim to notify applicants on the 14th of October. And October onwards, we'll be issuing contracts and onboarding projects. So there's an important note there at the bottom of the screen that projects shouldn't start activities before they're contracted. We aim to then pay the first installment of the 80% in December and January. Then projects will then be in delivery phase with final reports coming in January 2027. And around then, we will pay the final 20% of the installment. I think that's it from me. So back to you, Juliana and Anna. Thank you for listening.
Hi,
Shall hand over
everyone.
to
Thank you so much. Thank you, Juliana. Thank you, Saman. I'll briefly describe myself as well. So first of all, my name is Anna. I'm a white woman in my 30s with blue eyes and dark blonde hair and glasses, and I'm wearing a brown shirt today. I'm one of the other grant managers for Connections Through Culture, and I'm based in London. I'll be taking you through the next part of today's session. So before you apply, we strongly encourage you to spend some time preparing. We recommend carefully reading the application guidance toolkit and frequently asked questions, as these provide detailed information on eligibility, assessment criteria, and application requirements. It's important to confirm that all partners are eligible before investing time in developing an application. We also encourage you to have early conversations with your project partners about roles, responsibilities, and how you will work together throughout the project. As you develop your proposal, think carefully about how it aligns with the assessment criteria and ensure that your activities, timeline, and budget are realistic and achievable. You should also gather the information and supporting documents you'll need from project partners in advance. Leaving these until the final days before the deadline can often create unnecessary pressure. Please remember to review any country-specific requirements contained within the toolkit, as some participating countries have additional eligibility requirements. Finally, if your project involves international travel, particularly to locations that may be affected by conflict, instability, or changing travel conditions, we expect to see appropriate contingency planning reflected in both your project design and budget. And relevant questions are included in the application form. So once you're ready to apply, you'll need to create a free Good Grants account in order to access the application form. We recommend keeping the toolkit and the FAQs open alongside the application as you work through it. Many common applicant questions are answered there. Before starting, it can be helpful to gather key information, including project partner details, your project description, timeline, budget information, and any supporting documentation that may be required. Please allow yourself enough time to complete the form thoroughly. Remember that this is a collaborative grant program, and you may need to obtain information, approvals, or feedback from project partners before you submit. The application form and all supporting documents must be provided in English. For a number of open text questions, applicants also have the option of submitting a video response instead of a written response. If choosing this option, videos must be recorded in English and submitted via a private link that can be accessed without a password. Please make sure the link remains active throughout the assessment period, and note that the maximum video length varies depending on the question. The Good Grants platform allows you to save your work as you go along. Draft applications can be edited, and even submitted applications can be updated right up until the application deadline. The application also includes a collaboration feature, allowing project partners to contribute directly to the application where needed. So I'm gonna move to the next slide. There are a number of resources available to help you complete your application successfully. But first, we'd like to highlight one mandatory document that all applicants must provide, and that's the partnership letter of intent. The template can be downloaded directly from the application form. It must be completed and signed by both the UK partner and the international partner. We'd also like to highlight that handwritten signatures or recognized digital signatures are accepted, but typed names or typed signatures are not accepted. In addition to the toolkit and FAQs, you'll find guidance notes, explanations, hints, and examples embedded throughout the application form itself. For those who would like to review the questions before completing the form online, an offline preview version of the application is also available at the start of the application process. However, please remember that the preview document is for reference only. Applications must be completed and submitted through the Good Grants platform. And finally, supporting document requirements may vary depending on the type of applicant or project. So please check the application form carefully and ensure that all required documents have been uploaded before submission. So I'm going to go to the next slide. So one of the questions we are most frequently asked is what successful applications have in common. First and foremost, strong applications demonstrate genuine collaboration. Assessors will want to understand why the partners are working together, what each partner brings to the project, and how all partners will benefit from the collaboration. A strong project proposal is clearly explains what you want to do, why you want to do it, how it will be delivered, and why it matters. Activities, timelines, and budgets should all align and support one another. Assessors are also looking for realistic planning. Ambitious projects are welcome, but applications should demonstrate that the proposed activities can realistically be delivered within the available time frame and budget. Where audiences or participants are involved, it is important to explain who they are, how they will engage with the project, and why that engagement is meaningful. Accessibility, equality, diversity, and inclusion should be considered from the outset rather than added at the end of the planning process. Finally, strong applications provide enough detail for assessors to understand the proposal fully. Be specific, use clear language, and make sure your supporting documents are complete and properly signed. I'm going to move to the next slide. We know that accessibility requirements vary significantly between applicants and projects. So we'd like to explain the different support options available. First, if you require access provisions in order to complete the application process itself, please contact us through the inquiry form as early as possible so that we can discuss how we may be able to support you. There are then two different ways that accessibility provisions can be included within a project application. The first relates to audiences, participants, or public-facing activities. Any accessibility provisions for these elements should be included within the main project budget and explained within the application. The second relates to the project delivery team itself. If artists, practitioners, or project team members require accessibility provisions in order to plan or deliver the project, these costs can be requested separately through the dedicated access provisions section of the application form. Importantly, these delivery team access costs can be requested in addition to the core grant amount. In the dedicated provisions section, as I already mentioned. So you can apply for them on top of the grant amount if it's concerning your delivery team. And then submissions and inquiries. As a reminder, all applications must be submitted through the Good Grants portal by the 12th of August. If you have questions about the program, eligibility requirements, or the application process, please use the CTC inquiry form. Before contacting us, we do encourage applicants to check the application guidance toolkit and FAQs first, as many common questions are answered there. If you experience technical issues with the application platform itself, your first point of contact should be the Good Grants Help Center or the Good Grants support team. Before submitting your application, we'd also encourage you to carry out a final review. Make sure that all required information has been provided, all supporting documents have been uploaded, and any relevant country-specific requirements have been met. And finally, where possible, please don't wait until the final day to submit. Submitting early gives you time to resolve any unexpected technical issues and helps ensure a smooth application process. Thank you so much. That brings me to the end of my section. And I will hand back over to our head of grant making, Juliana, who will be leading the Q&A session.
Thank you, Anna. We will now move into the Q&A session. Thank you to everyone who has already submitted questions through the Q&A panel. Please continue to add questions there. We'll also manage and answer them properly on the chat, on the Q&A function. I will read out any selected questions and either respond them directly or invite colleagues to answer where they are best placed to do so. Some questions might be also be answered in writing by the team during the session, which we've been doing so. Just as a reminder, we might not be able to answer very project-specific eligibility questions in full during the webinar, particularly where we will need to review detailed project information. So if your question is specific to your own application, please use the official CTC inquiry form after the session, and the team will respond through the appropriate channel. We will also might not be able to provide a view on whether a project will be successful. So applications will need to be submitted and assessed through the formal process against the published criteria. In terms of questions, anyone would like to raise a hand for any questions at this stage? I can see. Renata, would you like to come out of mute? And feel free if you don't want to. Let me just unmute yourself, actually. I can see quite a few hands, but I cannot unmute them to speak. Let me just think I might need to bring.
Yeah, let me try and check the settings in the back. I'm not sure. One second.
No worries. So you actually, sorry guys, we might need to rethink this because I don't think we can unmute participants. Just a second. Renata, if you can put your question on the Q&A bit, then I can pick it up that.
I think while we try and work this out, maybe we can go to the chat questions and read some of the questions and answers out. What do you think?
Juliana, are you with us? Not sure if she's frozen.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you like to read out a couple of the Q&As?
Yes. Just to flag, you have Renata on the screen with us now. Thank you. So I'll read a few questions while we're figuring out how people can unmute themselves. So can there be more than, one question from Elizabeth, can there be more than two partners, as in partner from the UK and one from China and one from Vietnam? Elizabeth, yes, it can be. However, the main project needs to be based on the core main lead partner. So you always have to have a UK partner and one partner as the lead partner collaborating with the UK partner in the country, in the eligible country that you be proposing the project itself. And then the total funding amount would depend where the lead or the international partner is based. So, for example, if it's based in China, the grant amount will be on the available on the China total grant amount available. If the lead partner internationally is based in Vietnam, will be on Vietnam then budget count. However, then the collaboration, the main collaboration where the project will be assessed will be between the UK partner and the China partner, if that's the lead on international, or Vietnam. You can add extra partners. So you could add an extra Vietnam or an extra China, depending on that, but they should not be included as within your budget proposal. So the budget should sit between the two main partners projects. So UK and China, if it is the leads, or UK and Vietnam in that case. You can add other partners, but they should you should be clearly specify the reason for other partners, where they are adding value and contributing to the project delivery itself, but they should not be counted as part of your budget proposal. The budget proposal should be counted both the UK and the main lead international partner. That will be China or Vietnam. I hope that makes sense. If you have any further questions on that, please do feel free to put it on the Q&A function. Then just checking if we found out how to mute people, or no, there's no possibility.
Can I just try something? I just want to see if it will work.
Okay. If apply as an individual, does the UK partner still stand out as a requirement? If so, could you support me connecting to a potential UK partner? So UK partner, to have a UK partner for international partners or individual organizations applying, you always have to have a UK partner. British Council cannot broker connections. So if you need supporting finding directories, or depending on the type of organizations or individual artists that you would like to be connected as part of your project proposal, we can just point out a directory of list of websites where you can find that, but we cannot point to individuals or individual organizations as well to broker partnerships to ensure fairness on the process and transparency in the process. If you would like any further support on that, you can, in terms of like us pointing you directory list of websites available in the UK, depending on the type of the project that you are proposing, the topic and the art form, we can do that. So just please send us an inquiry to the inquiry official inquiry form. But as mentioned, we cannot broker individual or organizations partnerships and connect people. There's moving on. Let's see. Is there a minimum amount of time of legal existence for the organizations? No, there's not a minimum amount of time, Valentine. There is no minimum on that. The main criteria base that we have on that is that the organizations or individual based in the country they are applying for can receive grant funds, and they have all the legal and tax environments to receive grants funds. So It's just there's no legal minimum of existence, but you have to be able to accept the organization needs to be able to receive grant funds, so they need to have the finance and legal accountabilities for and that just to keep in mind, we move after conditional awards, we move to a due diligence process. So then extra documentations from organization will be asked for at that stage, which will ensure everyone is compliant and committed with legal and finance taxes.
Juliana,
Mhm.
the participants who have questions should be able to unmute themselves now and turn off their cameras.
Oh, let's try then. Renata has been with her hand.
Hi.
Oh, Renata, thank you for waiting. I appreciate
Don't
it.
worry. Hi, I wasn't sure. I'm not very used to meets. Thank you so much for this. Okay, so I have two questions, if that's okay, quickly. One has to do with taxes. So if the main partner is in the UK, but we're working in Argentina, but I think because of English and everything, it's easier, I think, if it's in the UK. What about taxes? Like, obviously, this is a taxable grant. I just wonder, I'm sorry if this is a bit silly, but I wonder, can we have a separated, can we include in the budget this taxable amount that is going to happen, or how does that work?
Yes, so generally speaking, so for us in terms of grant giving, there's no tax on it. Like we don't discount any tax or so it's a grant giving. In terms of your, if I understood correctly, Renata, your proposal of activities that might require locally or in the UK tax pay for individual artists or so on, that should be included in the budget in your proposal. So you should be think on taxes on your budget proposal. So that's the overview. I hope that clarifies. That was
Yes,
you asked?
definitely. No, that's great to hear. Okay, fantastic. Okay. Can I quickly ask the second question?
Yes.
So last year I was a partner, and with the Connections to Culture grant, I went to the Philippines with a colleague, and we did a project there. This is a really, I think, it has a lot of potential, this project. And I spoke with my partner in the Philippines already. I wonder if I could do something like take this project, like the second iteration of this project, to Argentina now and work with a partner in Argentina now. I mean, to apply, to make an application that will take this to Argentina. Does that make sense?
It does, but then you are proposing to partner with your same partner.
No, my partner in the Philippines, she knows, like she's happy about that, and I'm thinking about working with a different partner, like bringing that project to Argentina and working with a different partner there.
Yeah.
Mainly because of a language issue, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to check if that's acceptable?
Yes.
Yes, as long as you have a Argentina partner, I'm assuming that's where you want to work with, isn't it?
Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you.
No worries. I have Jane with her hand.
Hi.
Hi, Jane.
Hi. Thank you for this. It's really useful. A quick question. We have a partner that we worked with this year in China, not through the British Council Fund. Is it okay to work with an existing partner, or does it need to be a new partnership?
No, it does not need to be a new partnership. It could be partners that you work with, or a new is open to both.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
No worries. I have Nia.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Nia.
Hi, thank you for this. My question is, I'm still not sure about what is the expected outcome of the project. For example, if it's an artist residency, then you kind of like go through the process and then you make a performance or something at the end. So how do we quote unquote submit our work? For example, if we make a zine, do I have to send the physical copy to British Council or just publish it? Or I've seen some people make a Instagram account for their work, or how does this work?
Yeah, in terms of the project proposal itself and the outputs and the outcomes, it sits with you, the applicant that proposed on the activity. So how you will measure the impact of your proposed activity, if it is an artist residency or whatever the proposal activity artistic it is itself. In terms of reporting back to the British Council, we have a form that we ask to applicants to submit in the end, just to with numbers, figures, and the whole accountability of the project delivery itself. And then might include links to photographs or if you create an Instagram account as part of a proposal output as well, the link to it and etc. But there's no requirement from our end for that to be the output that you have to create a website or have to create an Instagram. Oh, it depends on what your project proposal was. And then when you are reporting back that the activities was delivery, the outcome, outputs, numbers of people that engage, the finance, accountability of delivering that activity. I hope that makes sense, Nia.
I see. Thank you so much.
No worries. I have DR.
Sorry, it's not me, Danny. Yeah. Hi. Can I just ask?
I had, sorry. Danny.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Is
Is
activity
DR you as well?
Oh.
Danny, I have someone called DR on the top. Is that you as well? Someone DR with their hand up. If not, I'll move to Danielle then.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Good
Danielle.
day. Yeah, my question is regarding to the co-creation process, is the program prioritizing the collaborative research experience over a fixed final product? I ask this because I want to ensure our project focus on interdisciplinary exchange aligns with your expectation.
Thank you, Danielle. Yeah, so we don't have as well a strict CTC is a very open grant program. So Connections Through Culture is very open to any type of project, if it is even like research and development, or if it is delivering outcome itself. So it's open. So it's up to you as applicant to decide what your project. The main thing is just that you read our eligibility key guidance, which is just you must include a UK partner. There has to be a partner based on the country. The budget should fit within the amount available for that international partner. It needs to be focused primarily, be a creative, artistic art project, and it needs to have this international collaboration at its core. But in terms of the project activity itself, having to have outcome, have to be something finished, is up to you to decide what you're trying to propose through this grant program. I hope that
Okay.
answers, Danielle.
Yeah. I have a little question about the budget format. Regarding the budget submission in the Good Run platform, is there a specific budget template document we need to download and upload, or do we fill out the financial breakdown effectively with the online application form?
Yes, there is a budget table available as part of the Good Grants application that you need to fill each item, activity detail, and which partner will be responsible for that and the costs related. You can preview that template in our website on the application preview questions link on the website, and I think my colleague Carla put that on the chat.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think
No worries.
we have a broken link. I noticed that the link of the co-creation and partnership development in the guidelines of the online portal is broken and redirects to the homepage. Maybe it's a problem of my connection, but I try with another PC and it's the same. And I think it's there a broken link here.
Okay, we will verify that and put it. But if you go on the Connections Through Culture website, the central official website that we have, there is, if you read all there is a preview for applicant questions form there.
Okay, thank you so much.
No worries. Amy, you're next on my list.
Yes, hi. I had a question about where you see circus fitting in terms of the art forms. Is it a case by case thing, or would you always recommend it comes under, like, for example, dance?
No, it's part of as well of like the strand between theater, dance, and performance in circus. Yes, it is. So as I said, is open to that as well. The project, as long as it is based on our creativity, artistic engagement on involving circus. Yes.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you. Lisa is the next on my list. Lisa? Not sure if Lisa can unmute herself. Lisa, you can put your question on the Q&A function then. And then next on my list after Lisa is Kay Jaha. Apologies.
Yes,
Apologies for not pronouncing it correctly.
it's Kaya, yeah. I
Hey,
have
hi.
3 questions. So first one, I would like to ask if it was allowed to create a project that is an adaptation or a rework of an already existing art project. Second question is, if I'm applying as an individual, I know that some grants doesn't allow the grantee to receive a fee, that 100% of the grant should go to the implementation and the activities. I'm wondering if this is the same like that, or are the grantees allowed to take an amount of fee for their remuneration of their works? And then my third question regarding the budget distribution between partners, which you mentioned should be 50-50, would that include production budget or just the remuneration that's going to be shared? Because implementing partner, I figure would require more budget for activities in where the project will be implemented. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
No worries. Let's see if I capture all then the questions that you put. So first of all, in terms of budget split, there is no. So the count that you have to think about the budget is for everything. In terms of artistic fee, if so, staff costs, if it is an organization, cannot be included as long if they are not like if it is just our organization including staff costs, if they are working overtimes in terms of planet, that can be included. Artistic fee, everything like that can be included on the budget proposal.
Okay.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. And also if it's allowed to create a project that is already an existing project, but readapted and reworked for a different audience, would that be allowed?
Yes, it is as well. It's part of, if it is part of a proposal, that's not there's no eligibility saying that it has to be a new project or a project that did not happen. As long as the cost that you're claiming in the project has not occurred already, is part of a new phase of the project delivery, then it's fine.
Okay, that answers everything. Thank you so much.
No worries, thank you. I can see we have quite a few hands up, so I'll recommend for people that are on the lower end of the hands. So potentially Mazin, Kenza, Herlina, Diana, Helda, and Arwayne to put in your questions on the Q&A function, because I potentially not going to be able to answer all of your questions as today. and we can pick it up then, as mentioned, via email. Chris, you're next on my list.
Hi, I
Hello
had
there.
two questions. The first is regarding, well, in our project, we're thinking of doing a screen dance project in Thailand with sort of volunteer participants. And I was wondering in the budget if the British Council has requirements of paying people who are involved or if they're okay with volunteer participants.
If working with volunteers part of proposal is fine. However, we do encourage people to think about budget on the most sustainable and fair as possible. So it depends on your project proposal, how you engage with volunteers, and how long they will be involved with the project. And if you think that's reasonable, ask within your proposal. That's totally up to you as part of the project idea. In including volunteers, there's no eligibility thing saying people cannot work. There is an in-kind session on the budget proposal, so you can add that volunteers bit as part of your in-kind to deliver your project as well. But we encourage, as I said, budget should be think of as a most consistent, transparent way of engaging with people's individual times, artists, and so on.
Okay. And then another quick question. Today in the talk, you mentioned that the lead applicant has to do the submission, but in the FAQ, I think it says that anybody can submit if it's agreed.
Yeah, so the lead applicant, sorry if that was not clear. So anyone within the partnership can submit the application, isn't it, on behalf of the other one? That not necessarily needs to be the lead partner who will become the person who will sign the agreement.
Yeah, sorry, just to confirm, the lead, and that was probably in reference to like the reporting, so at contracting stage, but during the application, anyone can submit. Thank you.
Thanks, Emma.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next I have Easy Chen.
Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for your explanation. I only have a quick question about my partner is from the UK and from China, but our project happens in Japan and will exhibit at Hong Kong and the UK. It's about the intangible cultural heritage, sake brewing in Japan. Could I still apply the grant because it's not happens in the country where me and my partner's from?
If I understood correct, so you have a partner in Japan?
No, my partner is from the UK.
From the UK, and you're based in Japan?
I'm based in China.
China. So it will be a partnership between UK and China. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes. But our project is about the intangible cultural heritage in Japan. So we were shooting some videos in Japan and exhibit in Hong Kong and the UK.
Okay. Yeah, it can be included Japan as another delivery country location, as long as you explain the rationale for it. But as I said, the partnership is between UK and China, so it needs to show, I'm assuming, your creative proposal in your feasibility and project management, the rationale for having that, and also China, which is the main partner location as well.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Thank you.
No worries. Matthias?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great, thank you. I'm just thinking as a university researcher, if I sort of apply as organization, but work as a sort of single practitioner in the project, some of the questions in relation to the organization, it feels like it's more relevant, to fill in the application questions about my own practice rather than the university as an organization. Does that make sense?
It does not to me, because it depends on what you propose. What you're proposing is it a partnership? What is, are you UK? You're thinking if you're going to apply as an individual in the UK or an organization in the UK. It will depend on what your proposal is and what is the main rationale for it.
Okay. Yeah, because I have a partner in South Africa, and we're both based at universities, but it's just the two of us as kind of individual practitioners working together. So yeah, the university will just be will not be involved beyond us working at the university. So I'm wondering whether we should actually apply as individuals.
Yeah,
Whether that
that's
makes more sense.
I do understand your question and concern. I unfortunately I cannot recommend that to you. You are the one who has to make that judgment if you apply as an organization or an individual.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And another question I had was at some point it was mentioned that the person the practitioner based in the country where most of the activity will take place should be the lead applicant. Is that an essential requirement or desired requirement?
It's just a recommended that it makes more sense than normally the individual organization where it's based, where the activity and the project proposal will sit majority of the delivery, or will take more ownership of part of the project management activity to be the lead operator, but it's not a rule. Is up to both partners agree on that, and then as long as you're on an application proposal that is clearly explaining the why and the rationale for the lead applicant being this organization, and on your activity proposal of how the split of activities will manage what, is part of just showing the clear rationale behind your thinking and your partnership.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you, Matthias. Toyin?
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly.
No, you did actually. So thank you.
Good.
I have a similar question to what the previous person just literally asked, but just to clarify, right? So I'm going to apply as the UK lead partner, but most of the workshops are going to take place in Lagos, Nigeria. I have a Nigerian registered creative education company in Nigeria, but I will also be working with my partner, who's completely independent from me. He's an independent music practitioner. So can I still lead the application and manage the grant while my company supports the local delivery and the Nigerian practitioner is named as the creative partner?
A couple of things to consider here. Sisters organizations are not eligible. So even if they are based in another country, so they will not be eligible. So if you're applying as a UK partner with a sister organization in Nigeria, so that's one thing to consider there. You need to find an independent partner in Nigeria or the other eligible country you're applying for. And
I have an independent partner, and I'm also applying as an individual myself, as a UK practitioner. I think the reason why I mentioned that, because I was confused as to who is supposed to manage the grant as a lead, what do you call this? As a lead person.
As a lead partner. Yeah. So
right.
Just to think about it, our organizations or individuals can apply from both ends, isn't it? So if you're applying as an individual and you are the lead partner, as long as you can later on at the stage of our contracting due diligence prove that you can receive and have the legal tax to receive grants wherever you're based, that's the criteria in terms of the lead partner.
Okay, because I was, based on what the person asked in the previous question, I was a bit concerned because I don't think my creative partner in Nigeria wants to handle the grant when it comes to all of that type of stuff. Even though majority of the workshops are going to take place in Nigeria, I'm going to be in Nigeria to help, obviously, as I'm going to be there majority of the time. So that's why I was curious, do I apply as a sister company or?
No, the lead partner is the organization who will be contracted by us, will receive the grant agreement and will manage all the grants fund and distribute to the whatever the other partner or individual is based on.
Okay. Although I'm based in the UK, I can still do that.
there's no difference between, if the lead partner between you and the Nigeria partner is decided that you're going to be the lead and you are based in the UK, it's fine. If the Nigeria partner decided to be the lead as well, and they can receive the funds and manage and pay manage the grant to the UK as well, is the agreement between the partnership.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Thank you. Eric, you are the next on my list. Eric? I don't think Eric can unmute himself. Raphael, you're next then.
Yes, good morning. Thank you very
Good
much
morning.
for the presentation. I
Thank you.
believe you may
Hello.
have passed. Hello, Eric.
Hello. Yeah, this is Eric. Sorry.
No worries. Thank you, Raphael. I'll come back to you. Eric,
Sure.
go ahead. Eric, can you hear us?
I have 3 questions.
Mhm.
And my first question is, in terms of the projects that we will be proposing, are you continuing projects eligible, or you're looking for new projects specifically? Number 2, in terms of the budgets that you're going to prepare, is there a percentage set aside for administrative costs against the overall budget? And if so, what are the percentages? Because at times you find organization will tell you maybe you do in terms of admin should be maybe between 10 to 15%. Others will be good and go up to maybe 20 to 25%. So is there a percentage on that? And then the other question that I have is, let me have a in terms of the people who will be applying, in the event they are successful, because there are some organizations that are doing, either individuals or organizations, they are doing quite incredible work, but they have deficiencies in terms of capacity, maybe on matters to do with monitoring, evaluation, strategic thinking, and so on and so forth. So will the successful applicant be taken through like some capacity building trainings on the same? And maybe this is something that just the final one, maybe there are 4. The applicants who are using AI, are they allowed to do so, or it's prohibited? Thank you so much, Juliana, for accepting me to speak. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you, Eric. In terms of AI, there is a policy on that, so I recommend for you to read our FAQ for answering that. So in the sake of time, I'm not going to go on the AI bit. That is already covering our FAQs. And you can find that FAQ document in our website. In terms of, you mentioned about being new projects, there's no need for being new projects. Could be projects that is it in a new phase of development that previously happened in another instance, as long as you are framing what is the phase that you are on, that you're not asking for costs that are already incurred in your previous phase of project activity. It is a new phase of project that can be put in your applicant, and you explain the rationale for it. On that, doesn't need to be a new project itself. It could be a project that is in the new phase of development, and what is the cost that you're asking for. And as long as you clearly explain that is not cost that happened in the past, you're claiming now as part of your project delivery. The other thing in terms of budget, so the breakdown of budget proposal is done by you as the applicant. So you need to agree with your partner what is the breakdown of split and so on. Admin costs you're mentioning about that, as long you have to put a rationale. What is the admin costs for project management, people, extra people times, and so on. We, as part of a grant, we normally don't cover if you are an organization, like staff times as part of your organization delivery, as long if it is a staff people delivering extra hours of work, etc. Artistic fee, as mentioned, this is can be covered in your project budget. So it depends on how you will put that rationale for your project breakdown and it's split between your partner. I hope that makes sense. Eric.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine with me. I think the clarity is okay in terms of the question that I've already asked. Maybe the last one.
The last one, what was it? A capacity?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Can you repeat again? What was it around the capacity that I
So basically, I was looking at maybe you find this is based on my personal experience because I've been in the nonprofit world for 13 years now, and you find that at times that people have good project ideas and their projects are successful, but how they don't have the capacity to deliver. Maybe they have deficiencies in the in monitoring evaluation.
yeah.
They have deficiencies in financial management and so on. So upon being successful, do you offer capacity building training for this kind of people? Because many a times you find that you'll get maybe the donor times they get mad with the implementing parties because they don't have the capacity and they have good ideas. So how do you make sure that there is good blood in between? Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, there's no part of like CTC in terms of like the capacity building. We do provide, in terms of plans for CTC, we do provide some safeguarding training. That's part of our policy for ensuring, but it's more an overview of like British Council policies, ensuring grantees understand and are following our procedures in terms of safeguarding. There's no other in terms of like capacity building provider from our end on that. But in terms of like reporting, you mentioned about Mel and reporting, our reporting system is not very heavily on that. So it's not like doesn't require as much of a skill set for people to understand and know what is monitoring, evaluation, and learning. However, you mentioned that you, as part of a project, would like to have a robust MEL proposal. So that's up to you to find a resource within your project proposal and maybe even, think about hiring, depending on the proposal, if you're going to work with a researcher or something like that as well.
Thank you so much, Juliana. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you, Eric. Rafael, over to you now.
Thank you, Elena. I think you may have partially answered this question already. I ran a festival called Latin Connections in Scotland, and we represent, or we offer a window to presentation for different countries of the Ibero-American area to show their films and their culture through moving image. So if, for example, we said we want to have a window at Colombian cinema, we have partners there that we could potentially apply to this fund together. But if we wanted to have further funds to bring some Argentinian titles or Peruvian directors or Mexican films, we cannot put all together into one application. We have to choose one and then try to finance the rest somehow, some other way. Is that correct?
So your project partnership collaboration and the proposal of the budget will be between the you and sorry if I collect so the Colombia partner
Yes.
and the UK partner, isn't it?
Yes.
So that your proposal had to base on that, and then the project management, the activity who manage will be between the UK and the Colombia, and the budget lines as well.
Yes.
You might be able to add extra co-partners, but they are not part of the project budget itself.
Yes.
You just need to provide to each extra co-partner in other locations the names and the reasoning, where they are coming in terms of adding value for your project delivery and management.
Sure. And a very quick second question. Our vision would be to have some funds to allow organizations that are in Scotland, not in their countries, but that represent some sort of cultural activity from these areas, to provide them with a budget to add to the festival. But those organizations are based in Scotland, not in Peru or Colombia. So are they eligible for this fund?
So that will be you're saying their organization will be the UK-based organization in Scotland?
Yes.
Yes, so
the Latin Connections is based in Scotland, in UK, but some of the other organizations that will, for example, represent Peru, let's say, they are based in Scotland as well. They are not based in Peru.
I think the only main thing that you need to ensure here is just having a UK-based partner that could be in Scotland or England, Wales, or Northern Ireland, and the other international partner where is based as well, so Colombia or Peru.
Yeah. I mean, I think basically there can only be one partner per application, and so one partner in UK and one partner in some of the other eligible countries.
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay.
But as said, that will be what is going to be basis. You can add other partners, but that doesn't have, in terms of like judgment and eligibility, it doesn't have a much wider implication because they are not count as part of our assessment.
Sure.
What is going to be main count is the UK partner and the international partner where is the eligible countries participating from.
I understand. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Have a good day. Cheers.
You too. Thank you. Diana?
Morning.
Morning.
I just want to ask if both partners needs to be from the same industry. For example, if I do upcycling workshops and my partner is a photographer and she will be doing workshops on how to capture urban waste, would that be eligible? Or we both must be coming from the same industry?
No, that's not a requirement from our end in terms of industries, like if the partner has to be from a certain industry. The main requirement is the project itself. It has to be focused on a creative artistic collaboration.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Who else do I have? I'm just conscious of time. I think I'm going to be able to pick it up just 2 or 3 potentially questions only. So please do keep putting on the Q&A function, and the brilliant team working with us will be able to pick it up. What I have Sana Velda Sana.
Yeah. Hello, Juliana. Thank you.
Hi.
Am I audible? Yeah. So I have a short question to make clear. I have the partner in England, but it's not the resident of UK, like diaspora, Indonesian diaspora in England. Is that eligible?
Sorry, I don't understand. I did not catch your query. Did you say you have a partner that is not based in the UK, or?
Is it based in the UK? But I just don't understand. UK-based partner, is it UK resident or whoever are individual or organization legally based on the UK?
Yes, so the UK partner, it has to be an individual organization based in the UK.
Even though they are not resident of UK, like diaspora in my country based on UK.
If they are not resident in the UK, but they have to be legally based in the UK. They have to prove they are legal based in the UK. That's a requirement.
Yes, is the eligible?
There's no requirement in terms of you're asking if it has citizenship of the UK or something. That's not the requirement. The requirement is they are legally based in the UK and they can receive funds and manage funds in the UK.
Yes.
They are eligible in that case.
All right. Okay, thank you, Juliana.
Paloma.
Hello.
Hello.
So my question is, if my project already has, this is for the countries that most have a climate change and sustainability focus. If my project already has a different general topic, can I apply with a proposal that through the partnership with the collaborator adds the sustainability focus, or should my festival or should my project have the sustainability and climate change as the main topic?
Yeah, no, that's doesn't necessarily it has to be. It's not close for those countries who have a sustainability focus for topics or thematics to be just only climate and sustainability. That's not a requirement. Countries who had that note is just because they want to encourage receiving projects with that focus. So they are encourage applicants to think about it and come to that topics in terms of sustainability, but it's not is not part of the main requirement.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Thank you, Paloma. Next, I have Herlina. Herlina. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I have two questions. The first is when I read in the application, we have to use like international partner beside UK partner. If we only use UK partner, is it still can accept it or not? And then the second one, if we have two program like residents from UK partner, resident to my country in Indonesia, and then we collaborate and make the performance in Indonesia. Is it can accept it the idea like that? Thank you.
No worries. Thank you, Helena. So to be eligible, you have to have a UK partner and an international partner base in one of the eligible countries. So if it is just one UK partner, that's not eligible. In terms of project proposal, the location where activity is going to be delivered is up to both partners to plan out and put in their proposal rationale where and why. I hope that makes sense.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Thank you, Herlina. Next, I have Maria. Maria?
Yeah. Hi. Sorry.
Hi.
My question, I am representing a foundation of Venezuela, and my doubt was about the in the guidance. You say if for Venezuela, climate change and sustainability focus as a specific note, but I understand that if our main project, our main activity is not directly related to it, we can apply
Yes,
anyway,
that's correct.
right?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you very much.
No worries, Maria. No worries, thank you. I have Harun Leo.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My question is in regards of the copyright and ownership of the project. So once, let's suppose, for example, I show a musical film, and once I deliver the project, is applicant able to or allowed to post that on their social media? And if yes, then do we have to give any credits to British Council for supporting that project?
Yeah, so on copyright, I will, because of time, I'm not going to touch on that because we have a FAQ on just on copyright. So Arun, I'll recommend you to go on our FAQ website and have a look on that, please. If you have any further questions, then you can put it in our CTC official form. So just conscious of time, I'm not going to cover copyright now because we already have that cover in our FAQ. Thank you.
Sure, no problem. Thank you.
Then Tuyet Do.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, thank you. So actually, I do read the question similar with me, but I would like to double check to make sure I understand right. So actually, we are social enterprise from Vietnam, and we haven't collaborated with any of UK partner yet. So I would ask that. So I have the project proposal. So where should I start with to find a UK partner, or how should I do as this is my first time. Thank you.
No worries. So I recommend you UK searching and then what type of organization or individuals you're looking in the UK to connect with, and what is the main topic of your project. Create a proposal, and then trying to locate networks in the UK that work with with the same topic. We cannot broker, as I mentioned, individual or organization partnership to ensure fairness and transparency and as part of the application grant process. If you need help in terms of us pointing websites in the UK that have a directory of potential artists or organizations that work in the specific subject team that you are focusing your project on, we can point that out to you. Just submit your request via our CTC inquiry form.
I'll see. So I should be have an agreement of UK partner before I apply the formal CTC.
Yes, that's correct. You have to have a partnership letter of intent with the individual organization that in the UK that you'll be working with, partnering.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you. And then finally, I think I'm able to just answer one question from Olufunmilau.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
Okay, good morning. Okay,
morning.
so I would like to ask two questions, but one has been partly answered. I just want a clarification on the issue of having a UK partner, and then you mentioned an international partner. I operate from Nigeria precisely, so I would like to know, is it that you have to have UK partner and another international partner, or just UK partner, or is it either of the two? I'd like to have a clarification on that. Then the second question I have is as regards to my company. I'm into fashion, is a fashion company, but this will be like our first large-scale cultural heritage protection project. So while our work has always involved indigenous Nigerian textile and artisans development, we are relatively new. We are new to the heritage conservation project of this scale. So how would the British Council access organizations like ours? Will our limited track record in the heritage protection reduce our chances, provided we have a strong partnership and a capable team, and an well-designed project?
Yeah. Thank you. So in terms of your last question about the cultural heritage bit, if it is rooted on that, that's not that is not something that is not going to be considered because it's part of the creative cultural heritage root of your project proposal. So there is not necessarily, as long as it is rooted on the cultural creative art project itself, cultural heritage is part of one. That's not going to be excluded as part of not being eligible. It is eligible. I hope that clarifies that. The other bit that you mentioned about, then in your case, you are a partner looking for a UK-based partner. So you are a Nigeria-based individual organization. So you already are the international partner. And then you have to have a UK partner.
All right. Thank you very much.
No worries. Thank you. Apologies then to Valentina and Zach that we're not going to be able to answer your questions due to time. So I would just recommend you to either put in your question. Sorry, I'm hearing some backgrounds. I think someone needs to mute themselves, please. I encourage then Valentina and Zach, please put your questions on the Q&A function, or please submit via our inquiry official form. We aim to answer all questions via inquiry form within 3 to 4 working days. Please do submit questions through the official channel then. Moving on. Can everyone mute themselves, please? Just mute people. I think that's done. Thank you. So moving on then, as of our final slide. Thank you to everyone who attended for joining us today's session. As a final reminder, then applications must be submitted through the Good Grants platform by the 12th of August. Applications are closing on that date at 11:59 p.m. UK British Summertime, UK time. Please do not wait until the deadline to submit, particularly if you need to upload supporting documents and anything further. So please ensure before the final deadline, the 12th of August, that you have everything ready in your application on Good Grants to submit it. As mentioned, we do encourage the applicants to read our application guidance toolkit. Is available on our website as a PDF, so you can download and make reference to it at any time. We also have a FAQ website dedicated just to frequently asked questions. That in that site you're going to find as well a PDF that you can download, so you can always as well make reference before instead of going to the website for any frequently asked common questions there, so you can have hold of that document as well and download on your laptop. And also we have the applicant questions preview as well that you can download, so you can carefully review before applying. These are the 3 key documents that explain majority of the eligibility requirements, assessment criteria, budget guide, and supporting documents and applicant process that we cover in today's session. So please do make sure you have those documents downloaded and access to you and your partner on your laptop or whatever form of share document you're working with your partner. If you have a program or eligibility question after today, please, as mentioned, use the official CTC inquiry form for any other queries on eligibility and also for applicant access, support access request. And any technical around Good Grants, please use the Good Grants Help Center. Thank you for your time and your interest in Connections Through Culture. We wish you the very best with your applications. We look forward to reading the proposals submitted through this year's open call. Good luck, and thank you very much for all your questions and all your support in today's session. Big thank you as well for the team, Saman, Anna, and Carla, and all the captioners and BSL interpreters who are here with us today. Thank you very much for all your support and collaboration. See you very soon. Thank you. Bye.